Year 1, this week we are going to keep on playing with texture. And this week we're going to keep drawing it too. But we're going to use something today to help us. So today we're actually going to be using shadows to help us do a drawing. What you're going to need today is just a texter or a pencil and a piece of paper and a shadow. So there are two ways you can do this. I'm going to do it outside using a shadow that the sun makes. But if you don't have a shadow that the sun makes, you can actually grab a lamp or something as well, a light or even a torch, and shine it onto something to cast a shadow. So I'm going to head outside with my pencil, well, I'm going to use a marker and my piece of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my piece of paper into a shadow that I find on the ground that I think is really interesting. And I'm going to trace the texture. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, year 1. So you can see that I have found a really interesting shadow at the front of my house. So this is just a shadow that's being cast by the sun. And I've put my piece of paper down. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try and trace around the shapes. Now this is going to be pretty tricky for me to do holding the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording, do a little bit of drawing, and then come back. All right, give me a sec. Hopefully you can see that I have started to trace around the shadows that are being cast by the sun. I'm going to keep going until I've got all the detail, and I'll show you once I'm done. So this is an artwork where you need to work pretty quickly. As you can see, the sun has already moved and changed the shadows. So my lines don't match up with the shadows anymore, even though they did when I first started. The thing I like about doing an artwork like this is, well, it does make interesting texture, but aside from anything else, this is an artwork you can only create once, and you can never recreate it because the shadows are always going to be different. All right, year 1. So here is my finished artwork. So I can see that I've made some really interesting textures with the shadow over here. And this one here, it kind of reminds me of a cricket bat. I don't know why. Now, if I wanted to, I could go in and add some color to this and make it a little bit more interesting, but I actually just like it like this. So I think that's how I'm going to leave it for today. Can't wait to see what you do with yours. Like I said, year 1, if you can't get outside and find a shadow to trace out in the sunshine, don't stress. You can grab something like a lamp or a torch and something in your house like a teddy bear or a plant or anything that you can find. Shine your light onto your object, and then that should cast a shadow that you can trace. Good luck. I hope you had fun having a go trying to make these shadow textures today, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.